Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Dajjal Strom, 19th of August 2017. Muhammad Qasim saw in this dream that I was on the roof of a very large house which was connected to other smaller houses in which me as well as other Muslims were living. At a distance I saw two separate large houses, and around them were a few small homes in which Muslims lived in. And around there were huge lofty buildings as well. I saw some people making a big airplane together, but they fixed the engine on only one side of the airplane. But when it started to fly, I became shocked. I said that, what kind of people would make such a huge plane and don't fix both sides before flying? This plane will crash as soon as it takes off and cause a lot of destruction. I then saw the plane turning a bit, and suddenly it went out of control and flew towards my house. I became scared. The moment of impact created a huge blast which caused me to crouch in shock. I gathered courage and got up. I saw that the plane landed on the house adjacent to mine, and that house was destroyed. Sparks of fire were falling everywhere. This caused a wall in our house to catch fire. The people in our house became frightened, saying, "Who did this?" Then I looked and saw the place from where this plane took off, and nearby I saw Dajjal was on the roof of a house. I was shocked and confused that what is he doing there? He seemed to be doing something strange. Then he used his powers to unite the winds and the clouds, and a terrifying sort of thunderstorm was formed. He sent it towards the place where there were two big houses and a few small ones. The thunderstorm was so terrifying that the Muslims became scared just by seeing it. The thunderstorm stopped on top of those houses. Thick dark clouds with lightning and fast winds kept hovering over the roofs of the houses, circulating like a huge hurricane. I felt as if it would destroy everything. The hurricane was so enormous that its clouds were coming up to my roof. A huge terror casted upon homes of Muslims. No Muslim or scholar could muster up the courage to say anything. All Muslims started to pray to Allah to stop this thunderstorm or finish it. I said that Dajjal is doing all of this. It's better to do something practical along with the supplication. I was looking at Dajjal. He was looking at the sky and thinking something. I wondered, what is he looking at and what is he waiting for? Then Dajjal raised his arms in the sky and did something. I decided that it's better to go down there and try to prevent any further evil. And as I left, the rain started to pour. On my way down, I noticed the ceiling being filled with water drops. I said, "What is this? Water is dropping from the roof. There isn't even a single hole." Then in the floor below, I noticed the same water dripping through the ceiling like before. I became horrified, thinking, how is this even possible? This will destroy our house. I saw the other people and they looked very worried as well. I went back to the roof. The rain was so much that nothing could be seen from far away. I looked over the edge and saw that water was accumulated in the whole house. The water was pushing around violently. I felt like it was going to break the walls. I looked at the main gate and it was closed. I became shocked upon seeing the powers of Dajjal. I said I should open the main gate so the water can leave and the pressure is lifted before the wall breaks. I went to the ground floor and saw that many people were drowning in water. I swam towards the main gate and then grabbed it. The water was pushing back with the force, but I managed to open the gates. All the water drained out and we were all saved. They said, "Qasim, if you hadn't opened this gate, then we would have surely drowned." Some army troops came and warned us against people who were attacking our homes. The people became distressed, saying one problem was solved and now another one has begun. The army troops left and I decided to follow them in order to defend the innocent. I stopped and realized I needed ammunition to fight. After searching the house, I found some ammo as well as a giant weapon with a scope on it and a uniform in one room. I saw that the back side of the house was slightly damaged and there was a house on the other side of this wall. I then made my way back. The army was fighting a few people but their ammunition was weak and running out, and the enemies were too strong. Those enemies had a very solid entrenchment, leaving the army at a huge disadvantage. I hid well and then looked through the scope. I was able to see through the wall very clearly. I aimed and activated the weapon, which passed right through the wall and hit the enemy. That enemy fell and became unconscious. I became amazed, thinking that, what a weapon is this? I activated the weapon a few more times and the rest of the enemies fainted too. The army also saw me and became surprised that what kind of weapon is this? I said to them that these enemies are very powerful and only this weapon can stop them. Then we went into a room and there was a person controlling that entire building. Upon seeing him, I knew that he's a helper of Dajjal. I caught that person and said to the army, guard him carefully, he knows the whereabouts of his leader. I didn't tell the army that Dajjal sent these men. We returned, the army said that enemies are dealt with and everyone became happy. They said Qasim defeated all these enemies when we were unable to do anything. People became surprised and said, Qasim, how did you overcome the enemies? Where did you get this weapon and uniform from? Are you a soldier? I said, yes, I am a soldier of Allah. Then I thought about the Dajjal and said that this is just the beginning. And the dream ended there. I never got a chance to see how much destruction the thunderstorm caused because of the heavy rain. Please share these dream videos with everyone and please subscribe to our channel for the latest and upcoming videos and updates. Jazakumullah khair. Wassalamu alaikum.